rights they've secured, and paths they've paved that women all over the world are continuing to navigate and expand upon. Her stories are unfolding, empowering growing, building legacies of pioneering women by sharing their stories, celebrating their accomplishments, and embracing the rights and privileges they've bestowed to us for generations to come.
Welcome to another episode of Her Story Unfolding, honoring women's legacy, past, present, and future. And today we are very, very excited to be bringing to you a very, very special honoring of another woman who has made millions of impact around the world. It's a very special segment because this speaks to the truth that our legacy leaves beyond us, that the legacy we leave as women goes far beyond our days on earth. And today we are excited to honor a woman who's no longer with us, but whose memories live through all the good works that are being created to millions of kids. And with that, Alicia, I would love to ask you, how excited are you for this special segment?
Ava, I am delighted and honored to bring our guest onto the stage today and for this very special segment in a very special format, because it is what Her Story Unfolding is all about. Women's legacy, past, present, and future. It is about the individuals that have lived before us, that have had an idea, a thought, and created action, mobilized that thought into impact, that has created opportunities, belonging, helping individuals be seen in the present, and is also impacting the future. The kids that are gonna grow up in this world, in our communities in such a magnificent way. And that's what legacy is all about. You don't necessarily know what your legacy is gonna look like when you take an action, but oftentimes you take an action because you see a need, or you want to help support someone. And it can be a small action, it can be a big action, but when you show up every day and you're committed to your resolve to impact other people, you truly leave a phenomenal legacy. And that is the story that you're gonna hear during this very special segment. And love how the story is going to be told from a person that had an opportunity to be related to work with, and to experience life with the special woman, Mamma Caterina, that is going to be honored today. So we are delighted. You're probably like, who is the guest? And you may have seen it already, but we are delighted to bring to Her Story Unfolding Chef Sir Bruno, who is changing lives, literally changing lives, has a resolve and commitment to change lives, has been impacting the experience of so many individuals and inspiring them. Chef Bruno is the head chef and the owner of White House Anaheim, the restaurant where presidents have eaten, celebrities have gone to, athletes have experienced. But he always says his favorite customer, his number one customer, is children, are the kids that he gets the impact, are the kids that he, through his organization and his collaborators, are able to serve and able to feed. And Chef Bruno his story has been written about in many publications across the world. He is a CNN hero, and he is an individual that has the commitment and the resolve to show up no matter what the circumstances are. He shows up for the individuals that he is impacting each and every day, which is the children. He serves 5,000 meals a day through his organization. He served his 10 millionth meal this week at a wonderful celebration. He is the recipient of the President's Lifetime Achievement Award for community service, nominated by the Los Angeles Tribune. And he is just such an impactful individual. Now, I am not gonna share all that Sir Bruno has done, because I would love for you all to hear about his story and his experience in his own words. So without further ado, we are going to bring to stage Chef Sir Bruno. Hello, Sir Bruno, how are you?
Good. Nice to be with you.
It is
Well,
nice to see you again. Welcome to Her Story Unfolding. We're delighted and honored to be speaking with you today to hear more about your story, but also for all those that are tuning in to hear about the story of your mother, Mamma Caterina, and the legacy that she continues to build with her commitment and resolve to support individuals and feed children one meal at a time. So Chef Bruno, thank you so much for joining us today. Would love for you to share with our audience, Chef Bruno, in your own words, more about who you are.
I'm one of the 7 kids of Caterina. I'm the cutest one of all 7, even if my brother and sister don't believe it. But I am lucky to be the son of Caterina, Mamma Caterina. She was an amazing woman. Loved to share what she was. Came to this country in 1980, bought the White House in 87 with handshake, thanks to an amazing man. But the biggest things I never accomplished in my life is April 18, 2005, when I went to Boys Girls Club with my mom. She was in vacation from Italy. We were at the club, and the director make me aware of children. They live in motel, in garage, in the car. They don't have meals at nighttime. I translated in Italian to my mama, then what the director was telling me. And first thing Mama says, well, why don't you feed him pasta to these kids who don't have meals tonight? I did it. I started. I never stopped. And we are on year number 19 now. And just a few days ago, we celebrated 10 million meal served, all thanks to this amazing woman, Mamma Caterina.
thank you, Sir Bruno. That was very inspiring. And I'm just so excited to show our audience the pictures that was the celebration. It's like a big party that you threw for children. It was beautifully arranged at your White House restaurant in Anaheim. The place where presidents and celebrities eat, and you have rolled out the red carpet for children, and they were so excited. Everything from Disney theme to DJs and parties and all of the happy faces that were that really were graced. I love how you said, Sir Bruno, that your favorite customers are the kids. And they felt so special. I wanted to go back to your story about how you went to the Boys and Girls Club in Anaheim 19 years ago. And Mamma Caterina happens to be visiting from Italy. And when she heard that, some kids might not eat, she just simply said, why don't you feed them pasta? Like, it's so easy. And what is it like, growing with Mamma Caterina? I know you shared with us that you grew up poor, but there's always food for all of the kids, for 7 kids, with you being the cutest. And also with even all the kids. I know for a fact I raised 6 kids, and I never had just 6 kids. I always have more than 6 kids at home, because kids always wanted to be with kids. And I could just imagine that's the home of Mamma Caterina with you. So what is it like, to have Mamma Caterina in that influence of always feeding kids?
To grow up with Mamma Caterina was, number one things, love. Second things, children. If mom was not feeling well, or doesn't matter what, you show her a kid, a grandkid, a great grandchild, she will smile. She would like to hold them. And the things that I still remember every single second is the kindness and the love she always gives to children. But not only us, her own children, but all the children. When I bring friends at home to play, we were young kids. She gave us a piece of bread, maybe with some Nutella. It was always available for everybody. And we were poor. We didn't have anything, but she always had something, make an apple tart at the last minute for the kids around the house. She was a woman of kindness, of love, of beauty. And I had a chance to work in Italy with people that knew her at a younger age. And they would tell me about how special she was. Her own sister, my aunt, she has a 3 sisters and a brother, adore her. And they say if anybody talk bad about her, they're the problem. Because you could not talk bad or say something bad about Mamma Caterina, because we're just gentle love and kindness to every single bad. And work, she was a workaholic. I'm not sure she was having job outside of the house, feeding breakfast, lunch, and dinner to every kid, wash clothes, press them. Even my own socks she would press. House was always impeccable clean, plus dad. And dad was not an easy man, but she pleased him, was her husband. And that's what the old days, Italian woman was almost a slave to the husband. Husband says something, the woman has to say yes. And on top of everything, she had the 7 kids to take care of it. I mean, as a woman, now I'm an adult and mom is in heaven. I think of her all the moment that she was alive or surrounding us. It's so many things, and I feel like, how did she did all the things she done? Now I hear woman who has 1 kid, 2 kids, it's so much to do, and they don't have anything else, they don't work, they only have 2 kids, they clean the house. It's like, oh, well, I have not too many comment. I just to grow up with a mom with 7 kids, a bunch of kids at home, and a tough husband, and guess what? She never complained once. And she had a job. She would clean house. She would pick up potatoes and beets, clean window, anything to make money for the children and the family. Strong, amazing woman. And she was 8 years old, almost 9, when she was start to work. Taking the cows in a mountain on a hill all day and take them back at nighttime, taking care of the sheep of her father. My grandfather was a shepherd. I see my mom do everything my entire life, which I feel like, that was the kind of woman that is inspiring to me, but that's inspiring all the people saw and met her. She was really unique.
Thank you, Sir Bruno, for sharing that. To our audience who are watching this, are watching the recording, we are honoring moms, and Mamma Caterina is someone that really, as from the eyes of a child, having watched, Sir Bruno, having watched Mamma Caterina, like being a full-time mom, a full-time wife, how many of us women feel like being a full-time mom is not an honorable job or an honorable career, right? But to see the admiration from the eyes of Sir Bruno, who's a CNN hero, who's a philanthropist, who's a chef in a five-star 5-star restaurant. It's a Michelin restaurant, Sir Bruno, right?
We are a 20 Michelin star. I'm just joking.
Well, absolutely. But to see a man honoring his mom, from having seen him being a full-time mom, is outstanding. So to all the moms out there and all the kids, who are watching this, and all of the grown kids who are watching this, remembering that moms, even though they're full-time moms, have great impact. And since you've started the Caterina Club, Sir Bruno, I know you started with 1 child, with Billy, when Mamma Caterina told you, why don't you go feed him pasta? and once you started with 1 kid, and now tell us about the impact that the influence of Mamma Caterina saying, feed them pasta. What has it achieved now, 19 years later?
Well, you see, when mom said feed the pasta, it didn't take her no more than a second to realize it's something that we must do to make these children go to bed with a full belly instead to be going to bed hungry. She didn't have to think about it. The first thing came out, like, why don't you feed him pasta? And she knew what we do today. Well, she knows from heaven, but if she was still here, she would say, she's a mom who would say, they don't have to talk about me, just talk about the children. She, how you say, the impact that she done doing that is a miracle, because not only I feed 4,000 or 5,000 meals a day in Orange County, but people follow her legacy, the legacy of a woman. Then she stay do a pastor for their kids. Oh, we are in Oklahoma, Texas, Chicago, New York, India, Italy, Nepal, Mexico, so many countries, and all because they got inspired by a woman named Caterina. Yes, she's my mom, she's in my heart, she's in my soul, but her name, her legacy is all around the world today. Like I mentioned, she's been featured all over the world thanks to me, but her things will be, don't talk about me, talk about the children. That's what mom will be all about. I was so lucky to have a mom like her. We should all love mom. A mom deserves the love, because the unconditional love of a mom is always unconditional. When I see little elderly women come to my restaurant, I love to go to the table and say hi, because I see in them my mom. Because, sometimes the young girls don't respect much elderly sometime, After that, they realize then they should respect them as a priority, because an elderly woman can be your own mom. When I see them, I always make them smile, give them a hug, give them a kiss. It's always like I see my mom in them. The legacy of mom went to beside the pastor, beside the children, in with all the women that surrounded me. I always think of mom as a representative of an amazing woman.
And having dined in your restaurant, Sir Bruno, I've witnessed that. Every guest that comes to your restaurant, and if you don't know them, you will get to know them. I remember when you said you were like looking around, and I'm like, everyone in here I know, and I'm like, well, what happens when there's someone you don't know? Well, I get to know them, and you come to the table, and you talk to them, and you introduce yourself, and what a legacy of hospitality. It's a legacy that you've seen from Mamma Caterina on how she caters to everyone and connects with everyone and serves everyone, and that rings true today with you as you honor the women that come to your restaurant, and as you recognize them and you connect with them, seeing Mamma Caterina in all of the women. Alicia, I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yes, Bruno, the way that you move, right? Your essence, your being, you can feel that you move from a heart space, that you really move to connect. As Abba mentioned, you connect with individuals in the restaurant that dine, but also with the children. When we were at the 10 millionth meal served celebration, there's a little girl there named Ariel. And we were dancing, and you were out on the dance floor doing the Macarena with the kids. And she talked about how it wasn't her first time at the restaurant, but she enjoyed coming there. She enjoyed part of that experience. And it was really a celebration. And that is really a testament to who you are, but all that Mamma Caterina instilled into you. So for everyone tuning in, this is why this is a very special broadcast. It is her story unfolding about Mamma Caterina. Here she is right here, and we are honoring Mamma Caterina and the seeds that she planted that are continuously being sowed for generations to come. And we get the opportunity to hear about her story and her impact from her son, Chef Bruno. And Chef Bruno, you have Caterina's Club, but you do so much more than serve meals, which is so beautiful. But you help provide affordable housing assistance. You help provide job training to homeless and low-income families. How has the work that you've done continued to evolve in your community? And what does the spirit of partnership and collaboration mean to you as you serve your community through organizations like Higher Ground, through organizations like the Boys and Girls Club?
My philosophy is like, if we all put hand in hand together, we can do a lot more than to do alone. when I see a Boys Girls Club, Highest Ground, or other organization in help, anything I can do, I do it, because it's not easy to do things alone. You need to have a great crew, a great people surrounding, and collaboration with people that are in need. And Boys Girls Club is low-income kids who go there, and Higher Ground too. I mean, anything I can do to help them, I always do. I represent the soul of my mom. If my mom sees one poor person and she's more poor than them, she will give everything to them too. I mean, give the housing to the people in need because they don't have a first and last month. We help them to pay first and last month. We move them to an apartment, and they usually live in a motel, in a garage, or with 20 people apartment. But I remember when I was a young kid, if some people from somewhere will come visit the house, we will sleep on a mattress on the floor. Mom will open the door, almost like it was a hotel. We only have one bedroom apartment. I mean, it's like the legacy is to help other one and collaborate with other people is what we all should do it. I think if you open your eyes, there's always someone in need of help somewhere. One thing I always say, we should not have hungry children in our own backyard. There's always somebody is in need. We should not leave people live in a garage or in a car when we can help them, have them a decent living situation. Because if you give to a mom with children living situation affordable, it change mentally, physically, and emotionally, and is a big help. And just by help, a little help, it can make a huge difference to people. And that's what the collaboration between all of us is. A mandatory thing that should be to make it. If you do with your soul, it's not difficult. If everything you do is with your soul and your love, it's easy. A lot of work, but it's easy.
If everything you do is with your soul and love, it's easy. That's so beautiful.
Love and soul. That's my life has been from the beginning. I don't remember. I went through a lot of challenge in my restaurant, a lot of things. But when you love what you do and you put a strength of love and soul, you can do anything.
That's so beautiful. You can do anything, and you really are in your community, and so are your partners. We had the opportunity to speak with Michael Baker, the CEO of the Boys Club in Santa Barbara, and Natalie, and they worked at the Boys and Girls Club 19 years ago. They helped introduce you to the Boys and Girls Club, and you're still engaging with them, have partnership with them. What does it mean to build long-standing relationships in your community, especially in a world where people don't necessarily commit to making long-term relationships last over time?
What I mean is the respect. I mean, Mike Baker, I respect him highly because he make me aware of motel kids. He make me aware of Billy. Why I invite Billy after 19 years? I respect a kid, which is adorable young gentleman, and he was so happy to come. I mean, when you respect people, you always be in touch forever in life. I mean, Mike Baker lives in Santa Barbara, not 2 hours away from me, but text message, I called him to be here, celebrate with me the 10 million meal because he was my right hand then. It's and when I work with people like that, then there's respect between each other, you do so much more. In fact, after the 10 million, I text him, say, Michael, thanks for being there. He said, I would have never missed that event. I think the respect to the people is what make a long-term relationship.
Yes, that's truly remarkable and beautiful and a very inspiring message, because it can be easy to be disconnected, especially in the world that's a digital world where you don't necessarily form relationships with individuals important. It's beautiful that you were able to do miraculous work that is still continuing with the children in your community and continue to build that rapport. And Billy, who now first meal served 19 years ago, and Billy works in the community. He works with community service. What a beautiful moment when
we saw each other, we both had tears in our eyes. Think about it. That means I respect him, he respects me. But the feeling of the legacy of the respect from a young kid was 8 years old, is 28 now. If you have a tears in your eyes when you see a young kid of 28, you haven't seen him for 6, 7 years, maybe 8 years. It's soul. The soul was giving me tears. My mom was smiling. He was smiling. Mike Baker was smiling. The crew who knew about Billy was crying, smile. And that's just the beauty of the world. There's a lot of bad things around the world, but there's also a lot of good things around the world.
Absolutely. And this picture is really had me emotional because I could just remember this is Billy now working at the city of Anaheim. But I remember when, your story of him being 8 years old and Mamma Caterina said, feed him pasta, and what's powerful about the inspiration that Mamma Caterina has started is now, these children aren't just fed, they're given dreams, they're given hope, they're given possibilities. I remember, how the experiences that you give them, eating at the White House restaurant where the presidents and the celebrities dine, and telling them that one day, you'll do great things. And even as the way I hear your words, Sir Bruno, even in the speech that you gave as you were cutting the cake or you were opening up the party for the kids, you hold them high in a way where here are the officers of the city of Anaheim. They are there. During the officers of the city of Anaheim. When be good, so that when you grow up and you work in the city of Anaheim, they'll give you a good job. And so those words, those empowering words, are beyond just really feeding the kids, meals and being. It's like really planting seeds of greatness in them that blossom in due time.
Something. I had a Mira Sorvino here, which is Academy actress, world famous, and she came to help to serve the kids on one of my events. And one of the most beautiful things that she said to all those girls who were here that day, and she's an amazing woman herself, she said, "Girls, I was nobody. I won Academy Award as the best supporting actress. If I can do, you can. You can. You can." Imagine those girls, young girls, who see an Academy actress, talk to them, and they say, if I can win, you can win an Academy Award actress. It's like when I do my speech, I say, if I can own a restaurant and I start as a dishwasher, you can. It's not only Bruno can do it, you can. That is what you inspiring people, is to talk to them, explain to them, then they can achieve anything they want.
Absolutely. I love that. And I know in the 19 years you've seen kids grow up and, and did different things in life. One of the interns of Caterina Club that we've talked to talked about how in his childhood, they didn't have much food either. And he knew Billy from another neighborhood. And he said that he was sharing with us that how the difficulty in living in Anaheim with the high cost of living, 60% of their incomes between moms and dads go to rent. And of course, the sacrifice that's easier to take is food, because you gotta have a house to live in, right? And so he's so grateful to be interning with Caterina Club, because he said that as a growing child, he's seen the challenge, he's felt it, he's been hungry, he's gone to bed hungry. And so to make a difference right now, as an intern in Caterina Club is very close to his heart, and the influence that it's creating, the ripple effects and influence around the world of people paying attention, that no kid should go to bed hungry. I love the shirt that is in the back of all of your staff. Oh, by the way, Sir Bruno, we've got a picture of your staff that we'll share later on. But I love the picture on the back of their shirts, because what it says is
In the kids in America, that's my third thing to say.
feeding the kids in America with Cinderella right there during the party. I just had to take that picture. And of course, Mamma Caterina's van that delivers the meals to the kids. What a delight and an honor for us to be a part of this celebration. 10 million meals served. The party that you've had hosted for the children, and even the beautiful arrangement outdoors. There was a moment of rain that Sir Bruno danced to, but overall it was a beautiful, beautiful fun. Oh my God, the kids just love to dance. And here, of course, I'm going to share. This is Mamma Caterina with the Los Angeles Tribune staff that attended the 10 million meals served. 10 million meals served with Sir Bruno. So, Sir Bruno, we just are excited and honored to be sharing this moment with you.
Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Yes.
We had the honor of nominating Sir Bruno Serrato for the Presidential Volunteer Service Award that was signed by President Joe Biden. We now have this picture of Mamma Caterina in the background with the Presidential Award medal on Sir Bruno Serrato. Certificates are in here, as he was also acknowledged by the mayor of Anaheim. So Sir Bruno, congratulations. Thank you for the legacy of Mamma Caterina that you have continued.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much,
Oh.
Sir Bruno. And also thank you to your ability to not only impact children and influence communities, but also create opportunities through Caterina's Club for the individuals in your community, like Geraldo, the intern that we spoke with, to also pour back into their community. Geraldo, helps to serve, to deliver food to the children, and keeps track of how many meals are being served and where they're being delivered. And to hear his story and how much he cares, we just appreciate all that Sir Bruno is doing with his community, all that individuals within Anaheim, what the city council and Mayor Pro Tem were in attendance to support Sir Bruno and the work that he is doing with the children of his community. We have interviews from the 10 millionth celebration that we will be playing for you all, so you can hear about Mamma Caterina's impact, not just from what Chef Sir Bruno shared, but from the perspectives of Billy and from the perspectives of Michael Baker at the Boys and Girls Club, who was there 19 years ago when the partnership, the collaboration started between him and what Sir Bruno was doing with Mamma Caterina, serving meals to children. So we hope that you continue to stay tuned and to hear from the words directly from the individuals that have been firsthand impacted by all of the work that Sir Bruno is doing in his community, and how he has inspired individuals in other communities beyond just Southern California to do similar work, which is to serve the children. We appreciate you for tuning into this very special segment of Her Story Unfolding. Continue to watch so that you can hear more interviews from the 10 millionth celebration. And we at the Los Angeles Tribune will be continuing with Her Story Unfolding throughout the rest of the month in March, where we honor Women's History Month, women that have been a part of history, whose legacies are still continue, and women that are doing the work now to create legacies that will continue, because it truly is a continuous thread, legacies across the past, the present, and the future. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll come back for some closing remarks in a moment.
Yes, and I wanted to say, in honor of all of the moms out there who are full-time moms, know that what you're doing is noble, and you're raising a hero. You're raising a next Sir Bruno, who will be feeding millions of children, who would be doing impact, in different parts of the world. So know that the most fulfilling job is to actually raise another human to make an impact in the world. So we are excited for the impact that you are creating in the world. Moms out there, just like Caterina, like like Mamma Caterina. And we will have the interviews back after this break.
Welcome to a celebration at the precipice of time, where the power of women knows no bounds. Experience her story unfolding, a reawakening of our collective consciousness to the monumental achievements of our foremothers, a tribute to the battles they fought, rights they've secured, and paths they've paved that women all over the world are continuing to navigate and expand upon. Her stories are unfolding, empowering growing, building legacies of pioneering women by sharing their stories, celebrating their accomplishments, and embracing the rights and privileges they've bestowed to us for generations to come.
We appreciate you for continuing to watch. Stay tuned and check out interviews with Sir Chef Bruno, who received the President's Lifetime Award for Community Service. You'll hear an interview from him. Stay tuned. Alicia Magnus Lewis here with the Los Angeles Tribune. What a special day today is. I am standing here with Chef Bruno. He is the lead chef at the White House restaurant out here in Anaheim, California. And what a special day today is, because Sir Bruno, you're having a beautiful event today. You are feeding children your 10th millionth meal served, and you are also the recipient of the President's Lifetime Achievement Award for service. What have you been thinking about? Just thinking about the work that you have done, even before you've gotten this acknowledgement, but how you've poured into your work.
Well, good question. In fact, this morning when I was thinking, when there's our 10 million meals served today, I got emotional. I feel like, how can that happen? How can that be? But 19 years is a long time. But 19 years will never stop, never give up, even through some challenge that we had in the restaurant for 20 years, but we never give up to feeding the kids. I mean, my heart full of joy, full of happiness. The Life Achievement Award from a presidential is a very big deal. I'm thanking Los Angeles Tribune to be here today, to be part of it, and I never taken nothing for granted. And to have done, to receive the award, and to have done what we've done, it's make me very happy.
Wow, that is so beautiful. I mean, you are celebrated, you are recognized for all that you do. And the fact that you put your heart into what you do, you can feel your presence when you bring people together and you are able to provide them with nourishment, to provide them with joy, to bring a smile to someone's face. What is your thoughts out here for the children that get to be a part of this amazing celebration today with you today?
Well, what always makes me happy when I have children come to my own restaurant, we had two United States presidents, celebrity from all around the world, Academy Award winner, sport legend, and we have my customer, my friends. But to get almost 200 kids to come to eat in the same restaurant that what I just mentioned, come here, that satisfies me, because it's like to tell the kids they have an opportunity to eat where also big people eat. And make me smile the fact when kids tell me, the president live here? I say, no, they come for dinner. And it's just funny to see them, their eyes open to know that all these famous people has come to dine here where they will usually not be able to do so if I don't invite them. And it's a big joy to know that. It was really a big joy.
That's so beautiful. And it shows them the possibility that one day they can be whomever they want to be. They shared a space with individuals that are impacting the world, that are contributing to their communities, and they can do that too, which is such a beautiful story.
Yeah, I always say, I come from a very poor family, extremely poor. I didn't have any clothes, wearing clothes from across the street, eating coffee, milk, leftover bread for dinner, pasta every day because it was the cheapest thing mom and dad could prepare for us. I mean, to the kids also, I tell them, you see my restaurant? I was very poor, I had nothing. If I can do it, you can, you can, you can, you all can.
That is what I'm inspiring people to say. If a Chef Bruno is where he is today, you can do the same thing.
Yes, to all of the little kids out there that are tuning in that might be watching this, remember that you can do it too. Congratulations, Chef Bruno, for all of the work that you're doing. We at the Los Angeles Tribune, we recognize you, we celebrate you. The Los Angeles Tribune nominated you for the President's Lifetime Achievement Award because we see the impact that you're doing in your community through food, but also through inspiration of possibility of what can be. And we just want to say thank you for all that we do, and we know you're continuing.
Yes, but I want to really say thanks to Los Angeles Tribune for this amazing award, because those awards that I'm receiving at national level, international level, and inspire other people, then you get rewarded for what you do. But it's not for you. You also, because you're telling people what you do, they listen of what you've done, and they can do the same thing too. And that's what is good.
I'm Emmanuel, Los Angeles Tribune Editor-in-Chief. I would be remiss if I didn't take the opportunity to thank you for inspiring lives, the ripple effect of what you have done over the 19 years, despite all of the challenges, economy, COVID and all. I could just imagine you have fed people who have now have their own families, who have now created careers. The ripple effect of what you've created and giving, you're not just feeding, you're inspiring, you're planting possibilities, you're planting hope. And I'm reminded of a story of a friend of mine who went to a third world country and decided to borrow a kid from the family, the cousins, and bring that kid to experience New York. Everyone in that third world country usually she never did. And she became one of the most successful people in New York now because she saw the possibility at a very young age.
So I start with one kid, one location, city, right? Yeah. Now we are in 5,000 meals a day.
Wow.
In 120 locations in 30 cities, just in South California. But because people saw me through the media, Los Angeles Tribune and other media, we have people that's done the same project because they got inspired. Oklahoma, New York, Chicago, Texas, Ethiopia, Italy, Nepal, Philippines, and Mexico. Think about all around the world how many people got inspired by what I do. And a lot of more people are out there which I don't know. And I always say thanks to the media for that too. Because remember, if the media put out the good news, people can get inspired by it. We don't get inspired by war. We don't get inspired by things like that. But when you see a good news, it's like, wow, if you can do it, I can do it. And I have a quote that I use all the time. No child should go to bed hungry. And my second quote is, it's time to stop to talk about it, but to do something about it.
Oh, how beautiful. Thank you so much. I was going to ask you what inspired you with the first child when you mentioned the first child. But your quotes are very, very, very strong. To me, they sound like core value. No child should go, to bed hungry.
But who inspired me? Because Mike Baker, which is over here today, he was the former director of Boys Girls Club of Anaheim. And the day I was at the club with my mom was a young kid, 8 years old. And he said, that kid maybe don't have dinner tonight. We don't know if he had or not, but we have a lot of kids from motel, live in the garage, no meals tonight. And my mom was next to me in vacation from Europe, and I translate in English, in Italian to her. And she said, well, why don't you feed him pasta? All-Star, April 18, 2005. Thanks to Mama.
And I remember how you're connecting it back that Mama always had pasta. No matter how challenging, no matter how difficult life was, Mama always had pasta.
Always. Mama's pasta was the best thing.
And is your inspiration in cooking and putting the restaurant in White House from Mama?
Mama too, because I was 14 years old and we had a mom and pop trattoria, cheap little restaurant, and Mom was the chef. She inspired me to be everywhere in the restaurant business.
Well, thank you, Mama, right?
Thanks,
Mama. Mama. Thanks, Mama. And so as we celebrate your millionth meal, what's the message we can give Mama?
She's above me. The number one thing I want to say is thank you, Mama. I mean, her love was unconditional. And just to hear her son to say thank you, Mama, to inspire me. What I do is more than enough for her because she never want anything else.
This is actually making me emotional. And it's so powerful because this month is National Women's History Month. And we're going through like the impact of women in the lives of their children and the lives of the children they touch. And you are a walking example of that. So gratitude to your mama who fed and made sure that you always had pasta and who inspired you. I mean, the way she sounded when she said, feed them pasta. It seemed like it was so simple, right?
We were poor, but she always feed kids. I don't think no child came to our house and live without food, even if we were very poor.
Yeah, well, that was so beautiful. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for that you live. And thank you for making the choices that you've made. Thank you for being the inspiration, the light in the world that you are, because you are. Like you said, that your light is spreading throughout the world, inspiring others to continue to feed, that no kid should go to bed hungry. Thank you.
Thank you. Ciao.
Alicia Magnus Lewis here with the Los Angeles Tribune. I am at the White House restaurant in Anaheim, California, where Chef Bruno, Sir Bruno, is celebrating being the recipient of the President's Lifetime Achievement Award, as well as creating and serving his 10 millionth meal for children. You can see all of the children here enjoying meals, smiling and having fun. That is what it's all about. Chef Bruno has been inspiring children in the Anaheim community and beyond for over 19 years, first starting with working with the Boys and Girls Club of Anaheim 19 years ago. Congratulations again, Chef Bruno, for serving your 10th millionth meal. You can feel the joy in the room, you can hear the laughter and just the celebration. Continue to tune in. We have heard from city council members in Anaheim, and soon we will hear from the children themselves. Thank you very much. Hi, Alicia Magnus Lewis here with the Los Angeles Tribune. I have the pleasure of standing here with Joe Baldo of Higher Ground. How are you? And Michael Baker. Joe, Michael, we are at Sir Bruno's White House restaurant in Anaheim. Today he is serving his 10th millionth meal with children from the community. You work with the children in the community. How does it feel being here right now, and what has the partnership and relationship with Sir Bruno and his entire team look like for you?
Well, first of all, the a blessing. Bruno's a blessing, and his entire team. We have about 550 kids at Higher Ground, and once we realized that there was not dinner waiting for them at home for 7/8 of them or so, we knew we needed to do something. And quite honestly, we didn't have a budget for that. So I called Bruno and I said, I understand that you're feeding some of the Boys and Girls Clubs. And I mean, I couldn't even get the question out. Yes, absolutely. I'm like, God bless you. And that was it. And we became friends. And I mean, the guys, how do you describe someone who feeds all these kids, thousands of kids every day? So, you know, we're just fortunate enough to be the recipient of such wonderful food.
That's so beautiful. And all of the work that you're doing, Sir Bruno and his team feed 5,000 children a day. That is no small feat. And it takes organizations like Higher Ground to partner with individuals that want to support to do something that is important. Bruno has said it before, no child should go to bed hungry at all. And it's remarkable what you do to support the children in the communities out here. So we thank you. And Michael Baker, you work with the Boys and Girls Club. Sir Bruno partnered 19 years ago with the amazing Billy, who is here tonight. What has your experience been like working with the Boys and Girls Club, all of the children within the community? And how does it feel to have such a long-standing partnership with Chef Bruno and his amazing organization and team that is supporting?
I was there 19 years ago, day one, and I remember thinking to myself when he said he was going to, his mother and he were going to come back here and make pasta for the kids, and they made the pasta, and that first night, April 18th, 2005, I remember very well, and I thought to myself, this is awesome. These kids are going to have a wonderful meal from one of the nicest restaurants in the world, and this is great. This is going to be wonderful. He's done it every day since. Nobody had that expectation. I remember I was here at Anaheim up to 2014 and 2014, and then when he had the fire, I saw it on the news. I'm in Santa Barbara now, and I saw it on the news there, and I remember calling him, and the first thing he said was, "I got to figure out a way to feed my kids." That's all you need to know about Bruno.
Yeah.
That's it right there. That's the person he is. I mean, he kids about it, but he really means it. They're his favorite customers. They're just his favorite customer. He loves them.
Yeah, it's so beautiful, and he's an inspiration. He's feeding children and providing them with a warm cooked meal, but also inspiring them with big dreams and big possibilities. So many individuals, presidents come here, celebrities come here, athletes come here, but like you said, he cares about the kids and he's committed. It takes a lot of work, commitment, resilience, and a mindset to say, said I was going to do what I said I was going to do, which is show up for the kids, and I'm actually going to do it. And 19 years later, he's still doing it. That 10 millionth meal. How did you feel when you woke up this morning and you're like, wow, 19 years later? I mean, we were with Natalie earlier. She was there back when you started as well. 19 years later.
I had the biggest smile on my face driving down here from Buellton, which is a little bit of a haul, but and just thinking, all these memories of all the wonderful things that have happened here and all the kids that have been served. And there's another part to this story that I think doesn't get as much attention as it probably should. Is he's also moved over 270 families out of low-income housing into permanent housing by giving him first and last month's rent, helping him with that. That's a huge, and Joe knows this well too, that's a huge issue with families. They can't save enough money for first and last month's rent. He's helped 270 families, as if the food wasn't enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what it's. We'll be standing here 10 years from now, and he'll come up with something else. Be like, I can't believe you did this too. It's my friend Bruno. I love him.
So beautiful. Bruno was nominated by the Los Angeles Tribune to be the recipient of the President's Lifetime Achievement Award for all of the community service work that he is doing. And he's not going to stop. I heard it from you. We've heard it from you. He is not going to start because he lives and breathes the mission to support, uplift, and inspire those in his community, inspired by his Mamma Caterina, who came from Italy back 19 years ago to serve that first one, to make pasta here. Thank you for your longstanding partnership with Sir Bruno and all the work that you do in your community to create possibility, to create smiles, and also to ensure that kids aren't just no longer hungry, but they have someone that's advocating for them, looking out for them. That's important. It's important for kids to be seen because they are everything, right? Who are we? The children of the next generation, they are the future, and they need to be seen, thought of, and taken care of. So, Michael Baker, thank you very much. It's an honor to be standing here with you, and we know that you all will just continue to do the work. Hi, Alicia Magnus Lewis here with the Los Angeles Tribune. We are here at Chef Bruno's White House restaurant in Anaheim, California, where he is serving his 10 millionth meal. There are about 200 kids that will be in attendance for this special occasion. We spoke with Sir Bruno earlier, and he's all about inspiring children, bringing joy to individuals. And he says that no one and no child should ever go to bed hungry. I have the honor of standing here with so many individuals that represent their beautiful state of California, Anaheim, on the City District Council. I am here with Norma. Norma, we are in your district.
You are.
Right now. We are at the White House restaurant in Anaheim. What does it mean to be here for you, and how can you reflect on the work that Sir Bruno has done in his community?
We all know Bruno and the phenomenal work he does with all the kids in Anaheim. We are so proud of him, what he does, do anything we can to support him. The kids throughout Anaheim absolutely love him.
That is beautiful. And he inspires, not only in Anaheim, but his movement has inspired so many others to
feed children, to create community, and to inspire joy. What about you, Carlos? What are your thoughts?
No, I definitely agree with my with the colleague Mayor Pro Tem here. It's very inspirational to see the work that Chef Bruno, his entire team, does for all of across our community, right? Not just District 4, across the city of Anaheim, across Orange County. And for us, I think it's a privilege to be able to support him in this endeavor.
Wow, thank you so much for those beautiful words. And what about you, Natalie?
Well, Bruno has the biggest heart. He has started this many years ago and in honor of his mother, who kind of gave him the idea of, well, if these children are hungry, you should feed them. And he has just reached out to so many kids and made a big difference in their lives. I mean, 10 million meals, and it just grows and grows, and so many others are contributing to this cause and helping him achieve this. It's amazing. I'm very proud of it.
It truly is. The work that Chef Bruno is doing, and his mother as an inspiration. He spoke about how his mom has inspired him since he was a child, always feeding him pasta. And so he's taken that from his mother and really poured into the others. May she continue to rest in peace and watch down on him and all of the beautiful work that he is doing in his community and beyond. What about you, Natalie?
I remember when Chef Bruno started this initiative at the Boys and Girls Club. I was on the Community Services Board. So to see that it's continued and come this far is truly a blessing for Anaheim. So we are lucky to have Bruno in our city and serving the kids here.
19 years of work, so much that he is doing, so many lives impacted. You can hear the laughter and the joy of the kids that are in attendance, and really excited for today's ceremony. And Sir Bruno is the recipient of the President's Lifetime Achievement Award for his impact in his community, for the community service. He doesn't do it for the recognition or the acknowledgement. He does it for the children. But today we honor him and we recognize him. What about you, Steve?
Well, good afternoon. We're all here to celebrate Bruno 10 million meals. And it started very, very modestly 19 years ago in downtown Anaheim at the Boys and Girls Club, which was basically a trailer. And Bruno's mom was visiting from Italy. And Bruno said, hey, I want to show you. And she saw that the children were hungry. They were eating potato chips. And Caterina came up to Bruno and said, no potato chips. You have to feed them. And 10 million meals later, here we are. Congratulations, Bruno.
Congratulations, Bruno. Standing here with members of City Council in Anaheim, with the Mayor Pro Tem Norma of the 4th District. Today we celebrate Bruno, but we also celebrate all of the wonderful work that you all are doing in your community, and we recognize you and we thank you as well. Have a wonderful day and enjoy today's celebration. To be with him serving his 10 millionth meal.
I just feel like I'm in a full circle right now. It's just amazing to see how much he's done in the community, and just kind of seeing that it just started with just me from a small organization at Boys and Girls Club to now doing it all over organizations, and not only just serving pasta but also helping other communities by moving them out of the motels and into an actual apartment or house.
Yeah, that's really beautiful and inspirational. And you are a part of working with your community and your local community now. What kind of has inspired you to continue doing the work?
It would have to be Bruno. I mean, I have a lot of mentors, but Bruno's number one by far. I was giving it back to the community, so that's pretty much what my job is. I work for the city of Anaheim and the community service department. Usually we do a lot of events and things to give out to the community, so that I pay forward to by helping my community itself.
That's so beautiful. Bruno has talked about how his mother was an inspiration for him in his life and his mission to really serve, to feed, to make pasta, and then look at you now. He met you over 19 years ago and you are still here working with him, working in the community. What is something that you want all the little children that are here but are a part of your community to know?
Just like we have it here in the city of Anaheim, we're the city of kindness, so we just want to pass it forward. Just like how Bruno passed it forward to me, I want to pass it forward to other people too. And hopefully everybody does the same, helping each other out.
Wow, so beautiful. Enjoy this special day and this special moment. Your memory lives on. It continues. You can see it in the smiles in the children's faces today. Enjoy your special day.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you.
On behalf of our CEO, Mo Rock, and the Los Angeles Tribune, the whole team, Sir Bruno, it is our honor to nominate you for the Lifetime Achievement Award for Presidential Volunteer Service. Thank you so much for everything that you do. And I've said it before, I feel like even an award is not enough for the 10 million lives and the ripple effects of 10 million lives you've touched. And we've met the first boy you've served today.
Amazing Billy.
Yes, and now he works for the city of Anaheim.
Yeah, amazing guy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, grazie, e viva la pasta!
Congratulations, Bruno.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.